Yes, nonsense and analysis. Yeah, good evening, viewers, once again. Yeah, today I'll be looking at round 3 and 4 of uh, the Cape Gambit tournament. Yeah, very interesting. Let's have a look. So round three, I played against Metfi Rogov, and yeah, let's have a look at the game. So I was playing with white. Okay, E4. E5. Yeah. So I played recently against Matthew, and he played in a tournament in Hermanas against me, F5. So, well, I wasn't expecting him to repeat. He plays this variation. Okay, I wasn't really expecting this, so I chose okay, knight is E5. There are many lines. Um, okay, just played this variation. uh, Queen D1, Knight C6, and I played C3. Yeah, in this position, what's happening? White has got two bishops. Black has got a lead in development because, as you can see, White hasn't fully finished development. Okay, castles. I had to work out here what to play. How should I proceed? Uh, for example, a move like knight d2, I think, is very dangerous because possibly black can play c4 and let's say queen b6 check, and then something like knight g4. And yeah, this is very uncomfortable already, no? Knight e3, knight f2. So yeah, it just shows the dangers in the position. Hence, I played the queen f3. Okay, little threat of e5. And he played bishop g4. During the game, I wasn't impressed with bishop g4. I was expecting bishop b7. I think bishop b7 is logical because I have a weak pawn on e4 and bishop b7. The idea is obviously to eventually play d5 or to put pressure on e4. But the bishop, I think, is well placed on that diagonal. But okay, he chose this bishop g4, queen g4, and played rook e8. So yeah, he's threatening my pawn on c4, who takes e4 is threatened. Played knight d2. He played c4. Yeah, there's something here. Is this the position? Um, well, I don't know. I was always calculating some pretty tricky uh, move orders. I don't remember it now, but uh, yeah, I don't know. He could play some bishop e2. Maybe I thought bishop e2 was maybe the best way to try and play bishop d3 because when he plays bishop h5, now I play h3, and this bishop is starting to be in trouble. Yeah, so he plays here h6, and yeah, there are many ways to play, but nothing really completely clear. So I played a4. Yeah, my main problem is how to get my pieces out, on the queen side. If I get my piece out, then I just have a clear advantage. Um, so yeah, every time I saw something, I was just unhappy with one thing or another. Mm, yeah, so one has to be very careful here. I played a4. Yeah, now I think White is having some good advantage. I mean, I thought, for example, if he plays queen b6 check, I would play queen f2. Queen takes king takes f2, right? And then I would play g4, f5, and fight against this bishop with some weaknesses. So he tries this tricky move order b4. And yeah, I knew that this is not supposed to work, but um, yeah, uh, not easy to prove. Rook e1, b3, and And now he's having some problems because I want to, I'm threatening now knight takes c4. Yeah? He played rook c8. I played knight takes c4. And then he played d5. Yeah, there's another variation I was calculating here with knight d4. I should remember what I was thinking. Well, knight d4 does not work. I think I played pawn takes, rook takes, then I would take queen takes b3. If rook takes, uh, I have bishop b3. This is the variation I was calculating. And I think the rook is caught here. Then I will possibly win an exchange. So that is fine. So that's why he plays here d5. But I think here he's just sort of trying one trick or another. Yeah, I took on d5, takes, knight d4. I have to be careful here. It's always a tricky position. For example, I mean, bishop d3 looks, but I think it's rook takes c4 is the problem. And if bishop takes knight c2, yeah, so you have to be careful. I took on d4, rook takes bishop b3. And here I think I'm just simply winning in this position. And yeah, I checked afterwards with the computer. What I missed is a very nice idea here. Just queen d2 is the cleanest way. I saw this queen e6, queen, and I thought queen check. He just plays knight back, and I stopped calculating here. You know, I was in a bit of time trouble. But I think here there is bishop b6. And white is just winning completely. A complete win. Yeah. The A pawn is too strong. But what I chose is also winning. Queen c3, queen e6, bishop c8, queen e8, bishop f2. Yeah, I don't know, maybe just bishop d2, just hold the pawn, but okay, I played here. It's hard to say because I mean I'm in time trouble. Yeah, I have to make sure I don't allow here knight e4. So I played bishop b7, queen e7, and then I took on b3. Yeah, okay, this is still fine. Bishop f3. Yeah, and then here, I mean, I kind of hesitated. I think just a5 should just seal the deal immediately. A5, right? Because if knight e4, I guess I can play. Can I play rook f1? Yeah, this is what I was afraid of during the game. But maybe this is also fine. You know, I don't know. Hard to say. I played b3, but I think here I should be fine here. Okay, so when we go for this end game, and I thought just I'm winning this end game here. Okay, I shouldn't allow him to play h4 because then he gets like around my king, right? So I pushed h4, f5, and then I took on g6. I thought maybe, during the game, actually, queen d5 maybe is also the way to go. Keep the pawn and just put some pressure on him. And truth be told, I was worried here about something ridiculous. I don't remember what it was. But I think maybe this is the way, Attack f7, and then afterwards, if he defends, just push a5. Yeah, here I was getting tired and I started to make some yeah, here simple thing I missed is that the king is in a mating net. I mean, just queen b7 check should seal the deal as well. Because if king goes to h6, but this is the whole point I missed. Now I can play queen b8, you see, stopping any checks and threatening checkmate. So you cannot take on a4. And then I just repeat that process. For example, if king back, then I play check and then push a5. Yeah, but I think really here I was starting to be tired, and somehow I wanted to get my king out, because if I can get my king out, let's say over here, then I'm winning, yeah, because I'll go closer to his king, and every time he checks, I'll block and be able to say check. But somehow I didn't manage to get that going, and uh, I missed late. I thought I could play king here and there, but I missed late that if I go here, he plays queen a7 check, and I cannot hide because I have to defend my king and my queen. And if I go king d5, he repeats. So anyway, yeah, I mean, this was a draw. Yeah, quite a painful one because I had a very good position, and yeah, somewhere he claimed a repetition. Quite a long game, and we ended up. I mean, I think I had like an hour to eat and get ready for the next game or so. So then the next game I was playing against Black, against Mo Baudin. So I played the pack. Let's have a look. Yeah, he surprised me with e4, and then I played the pack because I thought he maybe prepared if I play my normal Ray Lopez or my Sicilian, that maybe he prepared something. So I just played a pack, and then I played a6, a4. Yeah, here there's so many ways to play the line. Knight c6 is a move, but I decided to play b6 and e6. Actually, in this game, if you see how I'm playing, because Mo, he had 0 out of 3, 0 out of 3, yeah, before this game. So, and all his games actually, he wasn't playing badly. He was just making some mistake here and there, in the end, like, later part of the game. So I was hoping that maybe he's lost confidence, but he actually played well. And he was playing quickly, which surprised me. I mean, he was putting me under time pressure. So yeah, bishop g5, I play h6. As you can see, I'm really rope doping, trying to make it, because now, okay, e5 is no longer a threat because I will take and exchange queens. And it gets interesting here. He plays bishop d3. Well, I was calculating here. I played queen d7. I was calculating g5, bishop g3, knight h5, bishop back, and knight f4. This is very interesting. But I didn't like at some point him taking and playing e5. This was what discouraged me. Because if I play d takes e5, he's got this bishop e4. I saw something like this, and I was a little bit unhappy here because he will take on e5, and I think white has a small advantage here. So I had to wait a little bit with that idea. So I played queen d7, getting out, because here when he plays bishop d3, he's threatening e5. You see, because if I play pawn takes pawn, let me show it. Sorry, because if he plays e5, I'm taking, and I'm exchanging queens. You see, and then I get out of the pin, and now I can move the knight, maybe knight d7, and the pawn on e5 is weak. So when he plays bishop d3, he's threatening e5 now because I cannot exchange queens. Hence, I played queen d7. There comes a very interesting moment. Yeah, here I spent a lot of time because I was calculating this variation here. Knight h5, because if I play, okay, first and foremost, yeah, knight h5, I'm threatening g5, right? G5, bishop g3, knight takes g3. So I thought he plays g4 here. I'm almost forcing him to play g4. And then e5. This is what I was calculating. Now, if he plays pawn takes knight, I can maybe play queen takes h3. It's extremely sharp. And then I will play bishop g4, take on d4. I was happy with this position. I can go into this, but here I thought that in this position after e5, he can play either knight e2 or knight d5. This is what I had thought. It's very because knight d5 then stops me from playing knight f4, and I somehow couldn't make this work. We looked at it quickly, briefly after the game with Mo, and maybe I can take on d4, take here, queen takes, and this is extremely sharp, extremely crazy position. Yeah, maybe it was possible to play like this, yeah, but it's very risky. But anyway, this is very interesting here because I played g5, and I had thought his idea was this, to play bishop g3, knight h5, bishop h2, because I cannot take on d4, because if knight takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop takes d4. Notice now I'm hanging on d4 and h5, and he can play bishop e2. And I'll have to part with my bishop, and I think he's got more than enough compensation. For example, if I take here, let's say something like this, right? And then I play knight g7, I think he can play f4 immediately. I wouldn't want to play this position. It's just too dangerous. The black squares now are too weak. So I thought that was his idea, but I wanted here not to take. I think if I remember, what did I want to play? 97. I think I was toying around with this idea during the game, right? I wanted to play 97 and maybe 96. I don't know. But I completely missed this move of his, e5. Very interesting move. Now the position becomes extremely sharp. So I took on e5. And in the game, I thought knight d5 is logical. But I was worried here about, truth be told, I couldn't evaluate properly what is happening here. I thought maybe he plays bishop takes g5, takes queen takes g5. I couldn't really evaluate properly, so I played knight h7, and he played bishop g3. He played this quickly, and then I thought this was rook d1 was interesting during the game. I thought rook d1 would be very interesting because he's threatening to take and take on d7. Yeah, but Tiziano Miasta was watching this, and he told us that actually the computer says this is fine for black, right? And then I can take on e5 or even play c8. I agree. But during the game, I thought rook d1 was dangerous for me. He played bishop g3, knight b4, bishop e4. And then, yeah, there was another very interesting variation here to take on h7 check. He didn't play this. King takes, and then knight takes g5. So the idea is that if I take, he will take queen takes, right? And he's threatening an attack, and he's threatening, my knight is hanging. Queen h4 check, and he can take the knight. Knight e4 and things like this. But I had thought that during the game I was not going to accept the knight. I was going to play king back to g8. And I thought that maybe this is fine. Dangerous position. I mean, if he plays 94, I'll take because he's still hanging on c2 as well, right? Yeah. But anyway, he played bishop e4. I exchanged queens and I offered him a draw. Because, I think, yeah, objectively, maybe white is still slightly better, but black does not have to worry. I mean, if knight takes d2, I can play just b8. And I would play rook d8 and move my knight back to f8 and eventually try to attack this pawn. His bishop here is a little bit of a concern. One can play this position on, of course, but I was just, I had like, you can imagine, like this really tough battle in round 3. And actually, I had all my rounds, starting from round 1, I had a long game, round 2, a long game, round 3, a long game. So, yeah, I thought maybe and I was hoping that he was going to take a draw because remember, he had not, Mo had 0 out of 3. So, yeah, he did take the draw, which is a sensible thing for him to do, just to be on the board. So, yeah, there we are. Very tough double rounds, tough tournament. And yeah, so tomorrow I'm playing 2 rounds with the white pieces. I'll play against the French IM, and then later on I'm playing against Banele. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So hopefully I will play slightly better than today, but it's very interesting, exhausting, but very nice tournament. And yeah, so yeah, with that, I hope you enjoyed that. So yeah, comment please on some of the games if you saw something, some variations, share, subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, till next time. And with that, I will say checkmate.